I organized a dinner for my coworkers, but the biggest opportunist in the office tried to leave without paying. Little did she know who she was dealing with. Whenever we have a dinner with split bills, Vanessa finds a way to get out of paying. After eating her fill, she pretends to feel sick or suddenly remembers something urgent. If anyone asks her to pay her share, she gives a side eye and replies, "We all ate, right? Why should I pay more? We all breathe the same air, don't we? Why don't you charge for that?" And of course, since she has important connections, no one wants to cause trouble with her. Most people swallow their frustration. As I was new, I offered to organize a company dinner and suggested splitting the costs. Vanessa took advantage of the situation, ate everything, and then tried to avoid paying. She even pretended to have a seizure to get out of it, thinking I'd let it slide. But I smiled. She had no idea who she was dealing with. I don't back down. "This food is terrible," Vanessa complained as she shoveled another bite into her mouth. "It's something my mom spent weeks preparing just to send to me from Seville," Mariana replied, her eyes fixed on the empty packages in front of Vanessa. Stunned, Vanessa scoffed and cleaned off the last of what was left. "You didn't say I couldn't eat it," she retorted. Mariana's face twisted, and her eyes began to fill with tears. "I offered you a taste, not to eat everything," she said, starting to cry. Vanessa raised an eyebrow in disdain. "Really? Over some food? I'll pay next time. And honestly, it wasn't even that good." "I can't believe you're crying," she added snidely. "People are going to think I bullied you or something." I put my laptop aside and caught the tail end of the argument. Curious, I asked the colleague next to me what was going on. "Why is she crying?" My coworker rolled her eyes toward Vanessa before responding. "You're new, so you don't know. But Vanessa always finds a way to get things for free. Everyone tries to steer clear of her. Mariana is new too. She just moved here from Granada," she explained. "She went through a lot to buy those traditional snacks from her hometown. Even her mom helped prepare and send them." Mariana wanted to be kind and let Vanessa have a taste, but she just devoured everything and then criticized her mom's cooking. Another colleague, visibly annoyed, chimed in. "Next time, she'll say she'll never pay anyone back. If she's not mooching, she's looking for shortcuts." Mariana was still crying while Vanessa shouted over her. "You're crying over some snacks? Really? You sound like a country bumpkin. Can't even handle more than 3 dishes in a proper meal." Mariana fell silent, stunned by Vanessa's outburst, her cheeks still wet. That was fine. I wanted to step in, but Director Collado called me over to deliver some papers to his office. By the time I returned, everyone had dispersed. At lunchtime, a coworker mentioned, "I'm ordering takeout. There's a discount code if anyone wants to use it." He tapped lightly on my desk and asked politely, "Hey, I saw you haven't had lunch yet. Want me to order something for you?" I looked up from my work. "Sure. Thanks. Let me know how much it is, and I'll transfer the money." He smiled, saying we'd settle it later. When he used the code, Vanessa quickly approached with a wide smile. "Lucas, I haven't eaten either. Can you order something for me too?" Lucas didn't respond and simply walked away. Vanessa huffed. "How stingy." Someone nearby teased Vanessa. "How many times have you borrowed food from Lucas? Have you ever paid him back? Get over it. I have a Chanel bag. Do you really think I'd scam him for takeouts?" Vanessa scoffed. She returned to her desk, but soon got up again and called out to Lucas. "Come on, order something for me one more time. I swear I'll pay you back when I owe you 1,000 euros. Lucas didn't even turn around when the food arrived. Everyone grabbed their orders, except one, which was left on the side without an apparent owner. Vanessa took the opportunity and started eating. When Lucas returned, he threw a contract onto her desk. "Did you take my food without asking?" Vanessa laughed. "I saw it sitting there and didn't want it to go to waste." Lucas replied, "Taking something without permission is theft. That cost 20 euros. Send me the money." Vanessa's eyes widened. "What proof do you have that it was yours? Besides, you used a discount code. It probably cost nothing." Outraged, Lucas responded, "Vanessa, have you no shame? Do you really need to mooch every day?" Vanessa rolled her eyes and sneered. I wouldn't even care if you died, Lucas. Besides, you probably don't even have 200 euros in your wallet. Don't talk to me. It's bad luck. Lucas looked ready to reply, but Vanessa slammed her hand on the desk. Do you know who I am? I have important connections. With a heroic air, I said, you have spinach in your teeth. The entire room erupted in laughter. Humiliated, Vanessa stormed back to her desk, stomping. She sat down so hard that the food leftovers spilled into her Chanel bag. She screamed, grabbed the bag, and ran to the bathroom. Jamie approached me and thanked me, saying no one had managed to rattle Vanessa in ages. I offered him my lunch. I didn't touch it, and I'll be leaving early anyway. You can have it. Aren't you afraid Vanessa will come after you? I mean, she has connections, a coworker commented. I shrugged and smiled. Not my problem. I have my own resources too. He let out a low whistle. Respect. On Friday, I suggested going out for dinner to get to know the team better. There's a new Japanese restaurant nearby. I know the owner, and we can get a 50% discount. Everyone loved the idea. Agreed, but everyone pays for themselves, they insisted, to avoid any freeloading. That's fine, but I'll order a few extra dishes to share, I said enthusiastically. Jamie was the first to raise his hand. I've been wanting to try this place for ages, but it's so expensive. With a discount, I'm in. Soon, everyone confirmed. We can't miss this opportunity. I reserved a private room for 10 people. At the last minute, Vanessa waved at me with an exaggerated smile. Add me too, I'd love to go. I hesitated but replied. Only if you pay your share. Her face tightened, but she forced a smile. Of course. Do you think I'm the kind of person who doesn't pay? I'll definitely pay. Jamie leaned in and whispered, don't trust her. She always says she'll pay, but she comes up with excuses. Either she gets sick or leaves early. She never pays. Really? I raised an eyebrow. And you let her get away with it? He shrugged, resigned. She owes me about 500 euros for lunches, but I can't risk my job confronting her. I just smiled. Don't worry, today I'll get your money back. When we arrived at the restaurant, I handed out the menus so everyone could choose. Even with the discount, the prices were still high, so everyone chose carefully. Vanessa, however, grabbed the menu, gave it a quick glance, and placed her order. More sashimi, lobster, 1 bottle of sake. The others exchanged incredulous looks. What is this? Vanessa, this isn't free. Why are you ordering all that? She shrugged and casually replied, what's the problem? I'm going to pay my share. Don't be so stingy. The others exchanged irritated glances. I raised my hand to calm them. Vanessa promised to pay. Everyone, enjoy the meal. I'll cover any extras. When the dishes arrived, Vanessa was the first to dive in, piling food onto her plate before anyone else had a chance. Vanessa, you could be a bit more considerate. We're all sharing, someone commented. She bit into a red shrimp and replied, your hand's broken? Nobody's stopping you from eating. Seriously? Someone slammed the table. She crossed her legs with disdain. Who do you think you are? Who are you to tell me what to do? The dinner became tense as the meal ended. Vanessa dramatically held her stomach. I need to go to the bathroom, she said, trying to leave quickly. I calmly blocked her. Pay first. She looked around, feigning indignation. Do you think I'd run away over a few coins? I'm serious. My stomach is killing me. She pointed to her bag on the table. My stuff is right here. I returned to my seat, and she rushed out. Everyone knew she wasn't coming back. Jamie muttered under his breath. I'll go after her. I grabbed his arm with a smile. No need. She's not going anywhere. I held Jamie's arm with a confident smile and said, no need. She's not going anywhere. He looked at me, confused, but decided to trust me. The room was filled with tense silence. Everyone watching the door Vanessa had just rushed through. For a moment, no one knew what to do. I calmly stood up and called the waiter, asking for the bill so we could divide it among everyone present. As he brought the receipt, I walked over to the bag Vanessa had left on the table. Without hesitation, I unzipped it and, as expected, it was practically empty, No cards, no wallet, just a lipstick and a set of keys. Predictable, I murmured. I grabbed the keys and held them up. Does anyone know which car Vanessa drives? I asked aloud, drawing everyone's attention. Jamie raised his hand, still unsure of what I was planning. It's the black sedan parked in front of the restaurant, he replied. With a smile, I slipped the keys into my pocket and returned to my seat. By then, the waiter had arrived with the bill. I divided the cost proportionally, but made sure to add all the expensive dishes Vanessa ordered to her share. I was meticulous. Here it is, I said, handing over the bill for everyone to see. This is what each person owes. Vanessa's portion is highlighted here. People around started murmuring, annoyed by her audacity. Jamie was the first to speak up, but she's clearly not going to pay. You know that, right? I do, I replied calmly. That's why we're taking care of it now. I stood up again and went to the restaurant manager. I explained the situation clearly, assuring him I would pay the entire bill, but that I had a way to track Vanessa and recover her share. The manager, understanding and likely accustomed to dealing with difficult situations, agreed to help. Meanwhile, I asked everyone else to keep enjoying dessert. I stepped out of the restaurant with Jamie and headed to Vanessa's car. Using the keys I had taken, I opened the trunk and, to my surprise, found several bags of expensive shopping, all with luxury brand tags. She's unbelievable, I commented, showing Jamie.
He was visibly impressed.
I took a few photos of the bags and the car's interior as evidence, and then locked everything back up. We returned inside, where our coworkers were still discussing the incident. About 20 minutes later, Vanessa finally reappeared. She rushed in, wearing a fake look of discomfort. Sorry for the delay, she said, holding her stomach. I had an emergency and had to run to the bathroom in another building. Oh, how convenient, I replied, smiling. I placed the bill in front of her, highlighting the amount she owed. Vanessa froze for a moment, clearly unsure of what to say. Oh, I forgot my wallet at home. But don't worry, I'll pay tomorrow. I promise. Nobody believed her excuses anymore. At this point, even the quietest people were visibly annoyed. No, Vanessa. You're going to pay now, I insisted, my voice firm. She started raising her voice, as she often did when trying to intimidate others. How dare you doubt me? I'm a respectable woman.
Do you all know who you're dealing with?
We know very well, I replied, keeping my tone calm. And we know you're used to avoiding your responsibilities. But today, that won't happen. I lifted my phone and showed her the photos of the luxury bags in her car trunk. Recognize this? I asked. Vanessa turned pale. She looked around, searching for an ally, but no one supported her. How dare you go through my car? That's an invasion of privacy, she shouted, trying to shift the focus of the situation. Invasion? Maybe. But the evidence speaks for itself. If you can spend so much on bags, you can definitely pay your share of this dinner. At that moment, Vanessa realized she was cornered. She tried a few more excuses, but no one was willing to listen anymore. Finally, she huffed in frustration and pulled out her phone, transferring the money.
There.
Are you happy now? She shouted as everyone around her looked on with disapproval. Very, I replied with a smile. Vanessa stormed out of the restaurant, stomping her feet, but now everyone knew who she really was. After that, the evening continued peacefully, and many of my coworkers thanked me for finally putting Vanessa in her place. At the end of the night, Jamie stopped me before leaving. You are incredible. I don't think anyone else would have had the courage to do what you did. I smiled, satisfied. Sometimes, all it takes is someone who's not afraid to stand up to those who take advantage of others. And that day, I was that person. After that dinner, I thought Vanessa would lay low for a while, but I underestimated her ability to stir up drama. It didn't take long for rumors to start circulating in the office. At first, it was subtle comments. I heard Vanessa is upset about what happened, or she mentioned she was humiliated at the restaurant. Slowly, the whispers intensified. As always, Vanessa was twisting the situation to her advantage, but I wasn't about to let that slide. One day, Jamie came to my desk with a serious expression. "I need to tell you something," he said, pulling up a chair and sitting next to me. "What is it?" I asked, curious. "Vanessa is telling everyone that you were unfair to her. She's claiming you went too far, that you know she's struggling financially, and that real friends would never put her in that position." I laughed, shaking my head. "So, now she's trying to play the victim? I'm not surprised." "It's not just that," Jamie continued, glancing around to make sure no one else was listening. "She's planning something for the next group outing. I heard she wants to expose you in front of everyone, pretend she can't pay again, and try to humiliate you publicly." My expression grew serious. This was too much. It wasn't enough for her to dodge responsibility. Now she wanted to make me her target? I took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "Thanks for letting me know, Jamie. I'll handle it." I spent the rest of the day thinking about how to deal with the situation. I knew Vanessa had a pattern of behavior, but this time, I wouldn't let her manipulate the narrative. I decided to prepare myself. In the days that followed, I gathered all the evidence I could. Screenshots of old messages where Vanessa confirmed she'd pay bills but never followed through. Photos of the luxury items she flaunted on social media while claiming to be struggling. Even screenshots of conversations with other coworkers complaining about her behavior. My goal wasn't to attack her personally, but to reveal the truth. The day of the outing arrived. This time, we had planned to meet at a more casual bar with outdoor seating. I arrived a bit early, determined not to be caught off guard. Soon, coworkers began to arrive, and Vanessa showed up last, as always, with an exaggerated smile on her face. She greeted everyone as if nothing had happened, but it was clear she was watching my every move, waiting for the right moment to strike. As drinks and snacks were served, she began her usual comments. "Oh, I'll just have water today. Things are tight financially, you know how it is. But don't worry, I promise to pay next time." She glanced at me sideways, as if gauging my reaction. I let her continue, waiting for the perfect moment. After a few minutes, she finally made her move. "You know, what happened at the last dinner was really embarrassing. Some people here," she paused, looking directly at me, "need to understand that not everyone has the same financial means. It's easy to judge when you're in a comfortable position." Some coworkers began shifting uncomfortably. It was obvious she was trying to manipulate the situation, but before she could continue, I raised my hand, signaling that I wanted to speak. "Vanessa, I'm glad you brought that up," I began calmly, "because I think everyone here deserves to know the full context." I opened my phone and, connecting it to the bar's projector, something I had arranged in advance, started displaying the screenshots and evidence I had gathered. "This is a record of the times you confirmed you would pay for something and never did. Here are photos of the luxury bags and items you flaunt on social media while claiming you can't afford to pay for a drink. And here are messages from other coworkers complaining about the debts you've racked up with them." The room fell into absolute silence. Vanessa, visibly uncomfortable, tried to interrupt. "This is an invasion of privacy. You had no right to do this." "Actually, I have every right to defend my reputation," I replied firmly. "You tried to defame me, but now everyone can see the truth. This isn't about financial hardship, Vanessa. It's about respect and responsibility." Some coworkers began murmuring among themselves. Jamie was the first to speak up. "She's right. How many times has Vanessa done this to all of us? It's always the same excuse." Others started to agree. "It's true. She always disappears when it's time to pay, and then tries to play the victim." Vanessa tried to argue, but the group's indignation was stronger. One by one, people began expressing how tired they were of her antics. "We can't keep enabling this behavior," said one coworker. "If she wants to live a luxury lifestyle on social media, she can pay for it. But we're not responsible for funding her choices." In the end, the consensus was clear. Vanessa would no longer be invited to group outings. It wasn't a decision made out of spite, but out of sheer exhaustion. She stormed out, slamming the door behind her. And for the first time, the entire group felt a sense of relief. Jamie approached me at the end of the night. "You handled that brilliantly. I think we all owe you a thank you." I smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Sometimes, the truth is all we need. And that night, The group was finally free from the burden Vanessa always brought with her.